Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, babes. It is your girl, Christina. I am so excited to get into today's video. Today we are reviewing and I'm going to be ranking all the seasons of period. Yes, so everyone, period.
Clap if you care. All right, let's move on. Perfect.
I am really excited for this video. This is going to be very, very fun. I am so excited to get into it, babes. Girls, queens, majesties, all the above, everyone, I am here today. Please like, please subscribe to my channel.
No.
Y'all have been really liking me in this past couple days. So been subscribing, so thank you so much. It means the world to me. I'm just like, today, I am really sad to say that I do not have any nails right now. They're right here. I have like a bunch of different nails, but girl, I just didn't have any time to put them on. I'm just like, oh, honey, the disrespect.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
The cameras. Cut the cameras. Honey, this is so embarrassing. But we're going to be talking about Rupaul's Drag Race, and everyone, if you want to get into it, let's just get into it right now. We're going to be talking about it, we're going to be shady, and I'm going to tell you what my favorite seasons of Rupaul's Drag Race are, because, honey, Rupaul's Drag Race Season 14 premieres today. Oh my gosh! So excited for this cast. My favorite, Carrie Colby, and my second favorite is Alyssa Hunter. I actually liked all of them. Honestly, I liked all of them. I really did. Cornbread, classic TV gold, period. You know the tea. I'm excited, so let's get into this video. So, okay, everyone, I have my ranking right here, and I'm going to talk about why I ranked all of these seasons, like the way I ranked them. I'm ranking them based on the queens, how long the season was. I'm also ranking it on how the storylines were progressed in the season, best moments and most memorable moments years after the season. So, like,
Back rolls.
it's more impactful than I think the Tamisha Iman fight.
Let me be arrogant, baby.
It does not change what I said. I said what I said.
That's what I'm talking about. So we're not going to go into too much of the Drag Race drama. I'm simply just going to be giving you my opinions on Drag Race seasons, and then post after if they had drama, if the drama was bad, if it was very severe. The seasons based on how I feel they're going to rank. Out of the 13 seasons we've had, I'm just ranking the regular seasons, no All-Star, no the international. If this video does well, maybe I'll do that, but today we're just ranking these ones. So my first ranking one is going to be the 13th place. Bam, 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 it's 13th. It's going to be season 11. Now this season has a great cast. There's 15 contestants, which is way too many. Let's be real, babes. Let's be real, majesties. That is way too many. Too many. RuPaul, what were you thinking? I was rewatching this season. Actually, I'm rewatching season 11 right now. And I just find it so bizarre that I don't really know half the cast. Like, I'm still watching, and the only ones I really know are Silky. The ones that got pushed to the final four, really. Vanjie, Silky, Nina, and Brooklyn were the ones that had the storyline. And I will say Evie had a lot of storylines in there. But, like, I didn't get to know anything about Honey Davenport. I mean, even Raja in this season was only really portrayed as the villain. She didn't really have any other storyline besides giving you, like, shady looks and all of that. And let's just be real, there's not, like, one iconic moment from this season. And I'm just like, where was the iconic moment? So I'm just like, this season to me just was lackluster. And it wasn't that the queens are lackluster. It's just that it's way too long. And it just kind of fell flat. Like, none of the challenges were great. There's a lot of riggery this season. There's a lot of riggery. And then the finale just kind of felt weird because maybe someone who did well in the competition, but not as well as other contestants in the finale, won. And it's just like, this season's just weird. I'm really happy Evie Oddly won. I wanted Evie to win. But there is an underlying that everyone else in the finale kind of had a better track record than Evie. And so it was kind of like, wow. You know, it's like, how did she win? How did she only pulled it off because of the lip sync assassin thing. And the lip syncs this season were not amazing. The best lip sync this season was the Hood Boy one against Vanjie and Plastique. I'm going to say that. And the Sorry, I'm Sorry one, I cannot forget that one. But really, there's no big moments this season. I feel like this season failed. A lot of us not liking the queens there. And I liked all of them. There was a lot of hate to, there's a lot of hate, not necessarily hate to the girls this season. So I think that also tampered this season. Like, it made it just like, ugh. You know, it was just like, it just failed to impress the masses after season 10 did really well. And then, if I'm not mistaken, this one came after All Stars 4, which dampened the season because All Stars 4 actually was a really good season. And this season just didn't have that level to it. I'm pretty sure. Or All Stars 3, one of the seasons it came out of, it didn't like... This one should have swung out the park because it was such a big, diverse cast. So really, the cast was left to dry this season. I really feel like it wasn't amazing. Like the cast was good, but I just feel like the challenges were dry. Nothing was really great. And then the 6-way lip sync, it just kind of ruined the season. Again, talented group of cast, but season 11, not that great. In my number 12 spot, I have season 7 going on to the next category. Season 7, let me tell you, this is a lot of fans' least favorite season. I really enjoyed the queens this season, and I actually really enjoyed this season's Untucked. I think this Untucked is a very, like, this season's Untucked is very, like, underrepresented, but I really like it. Like, people just don't like it, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cute. I think Untucked this season was actually really strong, and I really enjoyed all the challenges we had, and I honestly liked this season a lot. I think where it felt, like, wrong, it was just kind of boring. Final 4 was so apparent to us, and we lost so many good queens in the beginning. We lost Trixie Mattel, we lost Kasha Davis, we lost Jasmine Masters way too soon. We just lost, I think, the people who were funny in the beginning of the cast. Besides Katya, Katya's amazing, but we lost a lot of like Jade and Dior. We lost a lot of these funnier queens that could have made the season a lot more fun, the confessional queens, and we just lost them.
She passed away? Oh. All right.
And I will say this season had amazing lip syncs. Candy Ho versus Kasha Davis is one of my favorite lip syncs ever. Candy Ho slayed that lip sync, and it was iconic, and I forever will remember Miss Candy Ho. And then the season, just to me, it's not that it's bad, it's just unmemorable. That's my opinion about it. It's just unmemorable. And there's like Wake Up Pearl, those are the only great things you think about it. The Cocoon, there's things in this season that were great, but no, overall, it was kind of basic. It wasn't amazing. That's why I don't like the last of the pack. It's not the worst, it's not the best. The next season I have for number 11 is season 10. Now, season 10 had a lot of potential, but there has been seasons that have done better than it. I think I was pushing this one down. Rewatching season 10, because I did rewatch a little bit of these before I did this video. Rewatching season 10, we had amazing girls. Eureka came back. We had Aquaria. We had Monet Exchange. We had Miss Cracker. We had Asia O'Hara, Cameron Michaels. We had some of the most legendary drag queens ever on this season. But sadly, this season, to me, just falls flat in the challenges they had. They had like the Bossy Rossi, which was fun. I really enjoyed the DragCon panel challenge. But then there was challenges like End of the World when they did that one where they were only in those little skits. That wasn't really fun. And then they had like weird runways. A big part of the season where there was a lot of like hatred between the queens. And there was like a lot of weird fights they were having for no apparent reason. I was just like, it's not that important for them to be fighting. And I honestly felt like this season there was a little bit more rigotry than normal to push certain narratives of the queens. And the problem with that rigotry is that no, every show is rigged. Every Drag Race show has to be rigged because they have the storylines, producers have to create a storyline for us to watch. That's why we're watching the show. But if we can see what they're thinking, then we're going to know. It's like put Eureka in the bottom early on and watch her grow throughout the competition. Great story, great winner arc they gave. Miss Cracker, don't get her a win until the end and then eliminate her. That happens to a lot of drag queens. That happens to drag queens where they get their win and then they go home the next week. And so that's a big proportion of it. Or it's Corey the fashion girl. All she did was fashion and she does well in all the things, other stuff, and then she wins the competition. So yeah, I find this season where you can really tell what is which, and then there's just storylines that could have been perpetuated more. Like Yuwa Hamasaki is one of the most legendary drag queens out of Drag Race and didn't do well. She went home early. I'm not saying she didn't do well in the show. She just went home early. She made one bad mistake that sent her home, and she's had a humongous success out of Drag Race. So I think that is a huge reason why this season gets barked down a little bit, because there's so many talented queens, Calorie, Vanjie, that just kind of were eliminated way too early, and it just kind of went down. So sadly, that's where season 10 is. In my 10th spot, I have season 8. Now, this is like all my good seasons that just, to me, were basic. Season 8, in my opinion, was way too short, and we didn't have enough challenges to offset the tops, because Bob won 3 challenges, Kimchi won 2 challenges, and there's 8 competitive episodes this season. That's 5 challenge wins already. And then one of the challenge wins was made by another top 3. So the top 3 had 6 of the challenge wins out of 8 competitive episodes. Oh, there was 9 competitive episodes. Oh my gosh. Was there 10? Babe, hold on. No reunion this season. So there was 9 competitive episodes. Well, still about the same thing. About 70%. If we do 6 out of the 9%. I guess because Chisha Devane was top 4, rest in peace. To be 70, I guess 7 out of 9. 77% of the season was won by the top 4. Which is great if you want a top 4, but I feel like it should have at least been about like 60 to 50% because I want the other queens to also succeed. Other queens got challenge wins, but it really didn't matter because we knew those other queens weren't really going to win. And so anyone in the final 4 really was the ones to win. And this season just feels like there was so many deserving queens who could have won, who just didn't. Like, we had amazing queens like Thorgy Thor, Acid Betty, who didn't do really well in this season, but survived. But if done better, could have done really well. And then we just had like amazing queens this season that just went home really, really early. Like, I feel like Dax's exclamation point would have done really well if this season was different. But sadly, the season just didn't, slay. So let's go into the next season because this video is getting quite long. And I have to edit this. So the next season, in the number 9 spot, we have season 13. Now, why season 13 number 9 spot? It's the same reason at least season 11 is so low. Season 13 is just way too long. And by halfway of the season, we're just like, okay, we're just going to wait the rest of these 9 episodes. We have to see Simone eventually win. Because I think we all knew Simone was going to win this season. If you thought Rosé was going to win, what were you thinking? Well, let's be real. RuPaul didn't like Rosé. Same variety reason. RuPaul didn't like Ella Vidae in season 3 of UK. We knew Ella Vidae was going to win because RuPaul didn't like him. Not that RuPaul didn't like him, but RuPaul just had more favorites between Gottmik and Simone. And Candy Muse, I think she would have given the crown to Candy Muse over Rosé. This season just failed. I feel like this season had a really good... This season didn't have good untucks. The only good untuck was the Tamisha Iman and Candy Muse fight. What really about this season, it just failed to lock greatness. There was good episodes, but there wasn't greatness there. These newer seasons, hopefully season 14 does this better, where I want crazy untucks, not where they're fighting, but just memorable moments where it's just like, oh my gosh, what is going on here? Not like, I'm gonna beat you up. That's like not Drag Race. That's a little like a spooky dookie. Of course, I love that. But then the fans go online and start shredding. We go against each other, and it's just really sad. And I really do feel like this season had a lot of good queens that could have done better. Like Denali could have done better. I don't necessarily think Denali should have went home in that episode. And then Olivia Lux, I don't necessarily think she got the greatest critiques because I actually thought she did a lot better than a lot of the girls, but she gave her really bad critiques at the end. Like, she was doing really well, and then the production was just like, okay, let's just start dropping her down because we need a reason to eliminate her eventually. Because they didn't want her going Final 4. I don't know why. I thought she was actually a lot better than most of the Final 4. The mistreatment of Tina Burner, I feel like she should have been the bottom a lot more times, and she should have won the Rusical Challenge. That's all I'm going to say. She won the Rusical Challenge. I feel bad for her, but I also feel like, she should have also been the bottom a lot more times. Also, I also feel like the mistreatment of Utica. I don't know. I feel like her drag was a lot more... She should have won so many more challenges, and they really bragged on her drag, which I'm just like, okay, if this drag is in the bottom, why is Tina Burner's outfit's not in the bottom either? It's just like, it was just confusing to me. The judging was completely off. Like, there was just judging issues, which makes the season a lot worse. And my number 8 spot, my next season is season 1. I love season 1. Don't get me wrong, the only reason this season actually is lower, it's just that it was season 1. It was the beginning of Drag Race. It had the most amazing cast. This Untucked, I don't really remember Untucked, so nothing really happened in Untucked, but the cast. We had Chanel, Rebecca, we had Nina Flowers, who is a legend. We had Bibi Zahara Benet, we had Angina, oh my gosh, Tammy Brown, Akasha, Jade, Pork Chop. Pork Chop is legendary, and she went home first. Miss Pork Chop went home first, and is still doing it like that, babe. Listen, season 1 is great, and I'm going to continue loving season 1. Now to my 7th row, we're halfway done with this, thank God, because honey, it's hot in all these lights, baby, it's hot. But the season that my 7th selection is season 4, and this season I'm putting season 4 down because I like the season a lot. The season has a lot of potential and has a lot of great queens. We have Chad Michaels, Willem, Latrice. Who else? We had Dita. We had Jiggly. We had so many amazing performers this season. And it was a really great season. It was very kumbaya besides the fighting between two of the performers there. And it was a really great season. Again, it's just like, when you think of other seasons, they're just better seasons. You're like, oh, not season 4. Like, season 4, like, hit it on the map. That's why it's halfway. Like, that's why season 4 hit on the map. But the original 3 are much better than, I think, season 4. But we had amazing drag queens this season. So let me go down to one of my favorite seasons of all time. So let me go down to my slot number 6 to be season 2. This season we had Raven, we had Jujubee, we had Tatiana, we had some of the best drag queens ever. We had, who else do we have? Oh my god, there's so many. We had Jessica Wilde, Shangela, the Shan-Ann, honey. We had Shan-Ann. We had Shan-Ann. We had the Shangela, honey, the Shan-Ann. We had, oh my god, we had so many. Oh my god, I didn't even Morgan. We had Morgan McMichaels. This season had cast. This was a really good cast. This season had amazing cast. And I want to just say this season would be so much better if it was Juju and Raven in the final 2. That would have put it like really great. Because yes, Raven was more of like a drama star of the season, but that was production. That was back then in the day. If you want to make on TV, honey, you got to be able to pack the punches. Hashtag Raven is doing amazing, and Jujubee has been on like every single season of Drag Race. So period. So my next season I'm going to be talking about is the number 5th slot is season 12. Season 12 did what season 13 and season 11 and 10 did wrong. Season 12 corrected all the mistakes from season 11 and they put it into season 12. Season 12 had a really amazing cast, even with controversy and the pandemic. They had a great response to it and the cast was amazing. Jackie Cox, Gigi Goode, Widow Von Du. We had Nikki Doll. We had Heidi in Closet, Crystal Method, the winner, Jada Essence Hall, who was a goddess for real, baby. These queens made the season better. Like, I'm telling you, the season was great. We had some of the best challenges. We had some of the best guest judges this season. Like, honestly, this season was amazing. And it was great that even though the top 4, it was long, but it wasn't too long. It was just the right amount of episodes. And the split premiere was great, so we got to actually get to know all the queens really well. Period. So with this season, what a strong one. And let's go to the next one. My number 4 slot is season 3. Now, why is season 3 great? It was the pinnacle of Drag Race. We had some of the best challenges this season ever. We had a lot of design challenges. We had the hairball. We had our first comedy, like, roasting moment, which Shangela won. We had, like, a rock star singing challenge, also in season 2, but this one I feel like was a little better. Was the one that, like, perform. And then we had the most iconic Heathers and Boogers. We had Stacey Lane Bryant Matthews, honey. We had Carmen Carrera, one of the most gorgeous women to ever cross the Drag Race stage. We had Raja. We had Manila. We had Alexis Mateo, Yara Sofia. We had just all the talent this season. The Shan-Ann again. Baby, this season is what Drag Race should always be. And it's sad that it's not. We had Zelda Warwick. We had so many Phoenix. We had Mariah Paris Valenciaga. Oh my gosh, like we have this talent. This season was just talent and it was oozing at your face. The challenges, the gifts, judges we had, honey. Myrtle was gone this season. We had Michelle Visage join us this season. We had the most iconic, I will never have a sugar daddy because you are not that type of girl. We had some of the most legendary moments. Honey, we had Henny this season. Henny, that's one of my most iconic. I use that word all the time. Miss Henny. Henny! Period! Okay, so my next slot, everyone, is for my number 3. We're getting to the top 3. Is number 6. Season 6 for number 3. Oh my gosh, do I even need to explain why? Bianca Del Rio. Delore Delano. Not Delore Delano. Delore Delano. Courtney Act. Darian, like, who I love. Ben de la Creme. Jocelyn Fox. Laganja Estranja, hunty. TKB, Miss Trinity K, Bo, Nay, Vivacious, Kelly Mansell. Everyone this season was a great. Honestly, the season was full of talent, even more talent than season 3. This season had some of the best challenge. I loved the makeover wedding video episode. I loved the rap challenge they had. I loved the roast they had this season. Bianca killed it. The snatch game was really good. Honestly, we had Gia Gunn this season. This was such a great season. And the Untucks against a Glaganja and Adore and the Bianca was just amazing. Bianca was the season, and we knew Bianca was going to win, but we weren't angry. We weren't like, oh, Bianca's going to win. Because we were still on our tippy toes with Delore and Courtney and all these other people here. Well, still really good. Like, Dayla almost won. Besides her awful lip syncing that season, because she was just not a good lip syncer. But she almost won. But yeah, that was season 6. What a great season. The talent here. Chef's kiss. Now, we only have 2 seasons left. Season 9, season 5. My second favorite RuPaul's Drag Race season is season 5. Why is it season 5? Look at the material. Back rolls. We had Alyssa Edwards, Coco Montrese, Jade. We had Jade Jolie, Alaska Jinx, Roxy Andrews, Detox. We had the most legendary drag queens ever. We had some of the best. Serena Chacha, honey. We had, honestly, the season would not be the same. Ivy Winters, honey. This season really pulled it off, honey. We had the bus stop moment. We had back rolls. We had the feud between Coco and Alyssa's pageantry. We had the fight between Jinx Monsoon and Roxy Andrews fighting. We had legendary moments. We had Alaska, the boyfriend to a previous winner. So yes, everyone, this season, that's why it's iconic, and that's why it's my second favorite season. The Untucked moments were that good. Now, why is season 9 my personal favorite? Season 9 is my number 1 spot because it was the first season I remember just being enthralled with. Like, I watched season 8. My first season was season 8, watching all the way through. That's not true. Season 7 was my first season, but I didn't watch all of it. I watched half of it. Season 8 was the full season I watched, but season 9 was when I got obsessed with the show. My favorite queen that season was Aja LaVeja, an iconic woman. I love her. We had Valentina, one of my favorite drag queens is Nina Bonina Brown, and we had Shea Coulee, Sasha Velour, Alexis Michelle. We had, who else was on top? Trinity. We had Trinity the Tuck. We had Peppermint. Honey, this season was challenge. This was the season of period. The Untucked between I'm always having to help Nina was too much. Charlie Hyde's in the lip syncing. Charlie Hyde's also telling Erika, can you let me speak? We had James Mansfield. We had Kimora Black. We had some of the most legendary drag queens. Season 9 was the pinnacle of Drag Race. And I'm going to leave it there because it can speak for itself. Drag Race was amazing. The show is completely changing the world. This show has changed the world to new heights, helping the LGBTQ community in so many different ways. I love Drag Race. I'm always going to support it. I think it's an iconic, and I'm always going to talk about it. I'm so excited for season 14. My favorite, and I think my choice to win is Carrie Colby. But I love y'all, thank queens. Thank you so much for watching Majesties. I'll see you queens later. Majesties, I'll see you later. I love you. Please like, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed this, share it with all your friends. And I love you so much. I'll see you queens later. Bye.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend. And she is the moment. Now, come on now.